G'day my YouTube friends, how's everyone going? I hope wherever you are you're happy, you're safe, you're keeping well. My name's Caroline and this is a Carocash Collects episode. This is where I show off some banknotes and coins and stuff from around the world, but currently I'm doing an Australian's History of Currency series, and up until now I've been showing you the decimal banknotes and the evolution of each denomination, but today we're going to be talking pre-decimal banknotes, and in this video I'll be showing you the 2 of the 4 banknotes that were used prior to the changeover. So let's get into it. When the changeover occurred and the exchange of pre-decimal banknotes happened, the conversion to dollars is obtained by multiplying the face value by 2. So for example, a £1 banknote converts to $2, a £5 converts to $10, and a £10 note converts to $20. The only exception to this is the 10 shilling banknote, which converts to $1. A quick snapshot overview of the Australian pound history is that they were first issued by numerous private banks in Australia, starting with the Bank of New South Wales, now known as Westpac, in 1817. Acceptance of these private banknotes were not made compulsory by legal tender laws, but they were widely used and accepted. So prior to the use of those, currency was British currency or silver gold medals. In 1910, now 9 years after becoming a federation, the Commonwealth passed the Australian Notes Act of 1910 to initiate banking and currency reform. So the first national issue of paper money, known as superscribed banknotes, consisted of overprinted notes from 15 private banks and the Queensland government, issued between 1910 and 1914 in denominations of £1, £5, £10, £20, £50 and £100. The notes purchased by the Australian government from the remaining private bank stock were overprinted with the words Australian note. Surviving notes from the £10 denomination are extremely rare. 2 £20 notes are known privately held. £50 notes are known in collections of the Reserve Bank of Australia and the Art Gallery of South Australia, and no £100 banknotes of this series are known to exist. If they did, it would be quite a fortune. In 1913, the first national banknotes were introduced in denominations of 10 shillings, £1, £5 and £10, and then in 1914 saw the introduction of the £20, the £50, the £100 and even a £1,000 note. So the £1,000 note only saw limited circulation and was later confined to interbank use, and stocks were destroyed in 1969, and there are no uncancelled examples of this note known to exist in private hands, though a single cancelled example sold in 2007 at auction for over 1.2 million Australian dollars. Design alterations were introduced fairly quickly. Beginning in 1915, the banknote size was reduced and a portrait of King George V was introduced in the mid-1920s on these notes. So these notes still referred to the currency's convertibility of gold on demand. Just after the start of the Great Depression in 1933, Australian currency ceased to be redeemable for gold at the previously maintained rate of 1 gold sovereign for £1 currency. Subsequently, a new series of legal tender notes were designed, once again bearing the portrait of King George V, in denominations of 10 shillings, £1, £5 and £10. These denominations and designs were maintained and modified to accommodate the portrait of King George VI when he took over in 1938. For both issues, £50 and £100 specimens were prepared but were never issued. From 1954 to 1966, this series was the first series of its kind to feature other people on the banknotes and not to feature the sovereign on every single note. The newly appointed Queen Elizabeth II is featured on only one note of the denominations. And those notes are what I have here to show you today. Well, a couple of them anyway. First up is the 10 shilling note, which is brownish in colour. I unfortunately do not own this piece, but I've shown an image on screen, and as you can see on the front features Matthew Flinders. He was a British navigator and cartographer who led the first inshore circumnavigation of mainland Australia, then called New Holland. He also is credited for being the first person to utilize the name Australia to describe it in its entirely, and also including Van Diemen's Land, which is now called Tasmania, or Tassie to us Aussies. On the reverse, you will see the old Parliament House. The second denomination is the £1 note, and I have that version in my hands. Really excited to own this. Obviously, this came out of a book which had sticky tape, which is a shame because unfortunately the glue does eat at it. So I did take it out as gently as I could when I took over this collection, but you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, the glue, as you can see, stains. So if you do have any of these notes, please do not sticky tape them down in books. Just get PVC free banknote protectors. So as you can see, this features Queen Elizabeth II, and the banknote itself is in a subtle green color. And it's a beautiful note. Like, I love it. Reminds me of the older US notes in the terms of, you know, just the styling of it and all like the typefaces used. It's just beautiful. And you can see the Australian Shield of Arms. And then on the reverse, it actually features two infamous explorers, which is Charles Sturt, and on the left is Hamilton Hume, and both of which have major highways named after them. So the Sturt is in South Australia, and the Hume Highway, which connects Victoria to New South Wales. This is a beautiful note. I'm so happy to own these old pound notes here. Alright, the third banknote is the £5 banknote, and as you can see, this one unfortunately was sticky taped down as well, so it is what it is, but I'm still very happy to own this note. As you can see, it's bluish in colour, and it's a bit larger than the £1 note, and you will see Sir John Franklin on the front, and he's best known for leading the tragic 1845 expedition to find the Northwest Passage. However, he served as Lieutenant Governor in Van Diemen's Land. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful note. And here's the Shield of Arms as well. Commonwealth of Australia across the top. And then on the reverse, there is an artistic representation of a bull, a cow, and a sheep's head, as well as an Aboriginal boomerang. And I really do like this blue. It's like a Royal Navy. It's just a lovely note. And then the final note in the series I unfortunately do not own. It's the £10 note. It's reddish in colour and features Arthur Phillip, who served as the first governor of the colony of New South Wales. So many buildings, streets, parks and schools are named after him. And on the reverse features a woman with dividers and plans and has like a scientific theme to it. I researched and I can't find out who that woman is. I don't think it's meant to be anyone specific. It's just meant to more represent a woman. So there you go. There's the two notes that I have in our pre-decimal currency. I do have some coins as well, but I'm going to save them for another video. But this, I just wanted to really show off our Australian banknote series. And here you have the earlier ones that I have for the Australian currency. I wish I had older ones, but you know, they are worth thousands. Even these notes, if you have them in pristine condition, can fetch hundreds of dollars. So if you do have any of these in your house, please do your research. Don't just think that they're not valuable, because they are. These notes can fetch quite a lot of money. Just look on eBay alone, sold listings, it's crazy. So yeah, there you go. There is the pre-decimal banknotes. I really hope you have enjoyed this series. I've really enjoyed making it. I feel like I've learned so much about the people on the notes from our pre-decimal to our current banknotes. And it's just amazing how I've even learned a lot in this series as well. So I hope you did like it. If you do, please like the video. Please comment if you remember these banknotes. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.